we're very privileged to be part of the by request that's been undertaken by Anglicare. It was a project that I think was launched in part by Paul and him being interviewed very early in the year, and it triggered why don't we do this across all of our facilities? And we did, and it was a wonderful afternoon. I have to say we had a wonderful time on the 28th of August. For us today is a bittersweet day because Paul will be doing his first concert for us and also his last, because next week Paul is going back to live with his family. It is a true credit to Anglicare, it is a true credit to the staff at Abri that we were able to do this for this gentleman. He came here, he needed our help. We helped him through the bad times, we've helped him through the good times. My God, the man's even had a gig since he's been living at Abri. So it's a success to Paul that he's moving on to this life. It's a success for Abri, and for us, it's been a privilege to care for him. Today tops that off by the opportunity for him to actually be with, play with, and thank Katie for the effort that she did for Anglicare last month or the month before. I've lost track of time. So from my perspective, thank you very much. You gave Paul a real purpose for doing this. So, you know, for us, we're very pleased that we could do this. For our residents, enjoy the afternoon. There will be a cup of tea sometime, so don't panic, because I know the cup of tea is really important. To Paul and his friends, it's lovely that Paul can have the people who are really important to him in his musical life be part of this event today. To the thought behind it, to the marketing team, well done. I know I grizzled, just ignore it. But it's a wonderful idea that you've come up with. I don't think there's anybody else I need to thank, but my particular appreciation is to the staff for helping put this on today. I do have to do a more sombre announcement or commentary. It's our acknowledgement to country, because that's something that we're very proud of within the Anglicare community. Today we acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognising their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Thank you, and without further ado, I'm going to hand over to the drummer, Mr. Paul Fluffy Jansen, and to Katie Noonan and her wonderful team. Thank you.
Thank you. Please welcome Paul to the stage. Woo! So, as Tracy said earlier, I was thrilled to be a part of the Anglicare by Request campaign, which I hope you saw Paul's video. He requested a song called Who Can I Turn To When Nobody Needs Me, which is actually a tune that I didn't know, but I'm guessing a lot of you guys might know. It was made famous by Barbra Streisand in the 70s, and then Tony Bennett, the great Tony Bennett jazz singer. And then also Anthony Warlow, who is one of my favourite singers in Australia. So it was great to learn a tune that I didn't know. It was a really lovely surprise, and I recorded it at Owen's studio on the Sunshine Coast. And the story of this song, Paul was playing at a club on George Street in Sydney about 50 years ago, and he had a fight with Christine. Yeah. And, or do you want to? Yeah? Okay, so, and they had a little tiff, and she walked up off the stairs, and you wanted to chase after her and obviously make things good again. But then he was doing a gig, so he had to keep playing. And the next tune that the singer called was this tune, Who Can I Turn To? And you were kind of sitting there going, oh crap, Christine's gone, I've got to do the gig, you know. And then at the end of the gig, she came back down the stairs, and so I'm sure they kind of reconciled their differences. And then so this tune has got very special memories for Paul, and so we're going to play this tune with him right now. Yay! May I have an E flat, please? 1, 2. Who can I turn to throw off my sorrow, beg still and borrow my share of laughter. With you I could learn soon. With you on a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away? Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, I'll beg or sorrow my share of laughter. With you I could learn soon. With you on a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away? Man, how lucky are we to play with such a wonderful musician. Thank you, Paul. That was badass. Yay! Woo! I think, yeah, we might do a tune. So when I was growing up, my dad and I used to listen to ABC Jazz on Saturday mornings. We'd sit in bed, we'd have Sayos and cheese, and we'd have a cup of tea, and we'd listen to the jazz show, and then we'd listen to the Goons. Was it the Goons? Spike Milligan and all those chaps. And that's when I first heard jazz singers. So I heard an amazing woman, I heard Sarah Vaughan, I heard Ella Fitzgerald, I heard all my heroes. But then I heard this one voice that really I fell in love with, and that was the beautiful Nat King Cole. So we're going to do a tune that he made famous called Nature Boy. How are we doing this again? Your jam, yeah. You start something off. good is this band? You've been listening to Paul Fluffy Jansen on the drums, Zach Curran on the tenor saxophone, Owen Newcomb on the double bass, Steve Newcomb on the keys. Also, special thanks to Lachlan over here for doing our sound. Thank you, Lachlan. And Aaron, our drummer, who played with Paul. Yay! Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to come and make music for you. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for dancing. And I hope you've had a lovely afternoon. And it is bittersweet because it's your first and last gig here with Paul, but I'm sure he'll come back and bring some of his bandmates and do a gig another time. So, yeah. Yeah, if the money's right. But we've had a pleasure playing. It's been our honour to come and make music for you. And we're going to leave you with a pretty awesome swing tune that's called You Make Me Feel So Young. And I think music does that. No matter how old or young you are, music can make you feel so young and makes me feel young. And yes, we're going to leave that with you. Now, this is a swing tune, so it's your last chance to get up and have a boogie. So thank you so much for listening, and thanks to Anglicare for having us, and thank you to all the beautiful carers here who look after you guys. And yeah, all right, thank you. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. Every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I wanna run and play hide and seek. I wanna bounce the moon, yeah, like a toy balloon. Girl, you and I were just like a couple of tots running around the meadow, picking up all those forget-me-nots. 'Cause you make me feel so young. You make me feel like there's songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flown. And when I'm old and grey, I wanna feel the way I do today. 'Cause you make me feel so young. For the man, Paul on the drums, yeah, man, that was swinging hard. Thank you, thanks everyone. We've had a lovely afternoon. Now it's time for tea. It's time for a cuppa, I think.